Welcome back, it's Gocarlo, and we're going to show you everything about jailing in Dragon Ball FighterZ. I'm going to show you what moves jail and everything you need to know about vanishing. So right here, Kid Buu did his light special attack, his light ball, into vanish. What happened here is GT Goku is able to reflect that, because no special moves in the game actually jail. So what is jailing? If you vanish after using a special move with light, medium, or heavy, the game will actually let that vanish be reflected. But if you use a special move with the S button, like a beam or projectile, and you vanish after, it won't be reflectable. That is what jailing is. So basically, we're going to show you what you can actually vanish after and what you actually can't. So when Cell is doing his special move here, he actually can't vanish after it without getting reflected. So the game lets you reflect during that vanish. So when you jail somebody, it won't let you reflect them during the vanish. So another thing that doesn't jail is ki blasts here. Any character's ki blasts do not jail. So you can actually punish players who vanish after you block their ki blasts. So remember, all special moves in the game using light, medium, and heavy, if you vanish after them, they don't actually jail. You can get punished. And the same thing for ki blast. They don't jail, so don't vanish after ki blast. We're going to show you what does jail. So this is a normal Goku block string, but it doesn't jail. So when Goku does that special move there, he's going to vanish after, and we're able to reflect. Because that string doesn't jail, so when they vanish after that special move, the game lets us reflect instantly. It lets us reflect that vanish. So another option is, that was a string that actually doesn't jail. So I'm going to explain when we were able to level 3 during that. So this is a string that doesn't jail. If Goku vanishes off of this, we know it doesn't jail. So we were actually able to level 3 during that vanish. So to show you what that looked like again, that string, we just knew it doesn't jail, so we're able to level 3 during the vanish. So what does jail? We showed you what doesn't jail. What actually does jail? Well, any beam in the game or projectile, basically a special move using the S button. No matter what system you're on, use that S button. So after the beam, you're able to vanish. And when you vanish here, you're not able to reflect that. So this is when you are able to reflect. So if you throw out a beam and your opponent blocks it, you're able to hold them down even longer with a vanish that they can't reflect, and it's your turn to keep attacking. And remember guys, if you press a button during this, you do get hit. So that is the point of jailing here, is it's still your turn. So this is showing you where the gap is. And just because you can reflect doesn't mean you should, because you can actually get punished for reflecting, especially if it whiffs. So right here, GT Goku does his air beam into vanish, and you're not able to reflect it. So you guys are seeing Kid Buu when he is able to reflect. And even on the ground, that jails. So remember, you can't press a button. It's actually still GT Goku's turn. He does the beam. He vanishes, and he's able to press buttons after. The opponent cannot press buttons there. So here we have everything on the screen, so you can see exactly when it counters. There you go, counter hit. So this is showing you that after the vanish, when GT Goku lands on the ground and presses their next buttons, that is when Kid Buu is able to reflect them. So he's not able to reflect the vanish, but he can reflect the buttons after vanish. Here we're playing a Cell. So the interesting thing is Cell is he actually has anti-reflect strings. But right here we're doing a string that actually does jail. And if you watch closely, this right here is what I'm talking about with the anti-reflect string. So he reflects the first part, but our follow-up actually hits our opponent. So he would have to double reflect there. So when the string actually does jail, if you want a level 3 to counter, it's a little different. You're not able to level 3 the vanish, but you're able to level 3 after the vanish. The game will not let you reflect or counter during that vanish because it jails. But after blocking the vanish, instead of reflecting, you can go for the level 3 because it's invincible, but be careful. So now this is how to counter strings that do jail. So when Goku does his beam there, characters that actually have an invincible DP can actually Shoryuken, but you have to be careful because your opponent or even yourself, you can condition your opponent. If they keep doing that, you're going to be able to punish them. So how to punish a vanish when we're not jailed. So with Kid Buu, we're going to use EX air grab, but we're going to talk more about that. For all the characters that have invincible moves that are basically Shoryukens, we're going to use the invincible DP. So with Vegeta, it's a medium Shoryuken. With a lot of characters, it's going to be medium, but we can even use EX. But remember, guys, we can also reflect. But we're going to talk more about reflecting. Don't forget that you can reflect the vanish. Remember, guys, you have to keep a lookout of what you're getting hit with. So remember, guys, beams jail. Anything else you get hit with does not jail. So with Piccolo, this is how we can punish vanishing any special move. Here we are with Roshi using his invincible DP. Remember, guys, all we're doing here is looking out for the string and seeing what he's vanishing or when they're vanishing. It's actually really easy to keep track of everything. It's just special moves don't vanish. Here we have another way to punish bad vanishing. So with Bardock here, we're going to hit Reflect into Lariat. We can also hit Reflect into Heavy sometimes, but as you saw there, it actually whiffed. So we're going to hit Reflect Lariat. And with this whole video, I've just been showing you the openers. I haven't been continuing the whole combo. So this is just to show you with some characters, you're going to have to know what your options are out of Reflect. So here we are with TN. I'm showing you to use your special move after hitting Reflect. Same with 21. These characters kind of have the same move. Right here, you're going to see the opponent vanish and it puts them into the corner. So we're able to reflect that, but we don't have to use a special move like I did there. We can actually reflect and press buttons to punish. So here you see me do it two different ways. That time I used 5L, this time we're using 2M. So we reflect into low medium and we go into a whole combo. So remember to punish after reflect. If you actually reflect somebody's beam and they vanish after, it'll automatically reflect the vanish. So remember to follow up and punish. So here we're going to reflect the beam. It'll automatically reflect the vanish and we're able to punish after. And for some reason, Gogeta's 5S or standing S is a Kamehameha. So that jails, I guess. So with the characters that have the air grabs, like Android 16, we have Baby and Super Saiyan Blue Vegito. We're able to punish reflex like this. Off the vanish, we're able to hit air EX grab. So we just do EX grab during the vanish. And watch, we're not getting hit with the vanish. We actually counter their vanish there. So even with Baby, how cool is that? So the same thing actually goes for Kid Buu, which you actually saw early on. And you can follow up and get a whole combo. Watch this. So this is where things get tricky. So there's not a lot of stuff like this in the game, but Super Saiyan Goku can actually do his full light auto combo into Kamehameha without it being reflected. So if you do any other block string with any other character into a beam like this, the Kamehameha will be able to be reflected. But Goku can press his light auto combo all the way through. You hit it 3 times and you're able to press Kamehameha without it being reflected. And it jails into vanish. Here is something else that can be kind of tricky. I know I said no special moves in the game actually jail, but this is the only one that does. So Cooler and Goku Black have this dive that actually jails. So if they hit you with that, if you block it, they're able to vanish after and it jails. But you could also 2H that if you see it coming. So here we are again with Goku Black. Another move that jails that's kind of tricky is Jiren, his 5S, his Ki Blast. So this move jails, but remember, I'm not showing you every move that jails. For the most part, it's going to be projectile type moves using the S button that will always jail. But I want to show you that Kid Boo's Candy Beam actually doesn't jail on the ground. Right here, I'm showing you something about the game that maybe you never knew. When somebody vanishes in the air, and both players are in the air, it's actually the player who hits the ground first that gets the hit. This last part here is for anybody who's been having trouble actually getting the jails to work. So when you hit your beam and you vanish after, you're gonna hit the ground. You see how your character has to hit the ground? Basically, you want to press your buttons right as you're hitting the ground. If you press your buttons late, your opponent can actually beat your buttons. But thank you so much. I really hope you learned a lot from this video. Leave a comment, tell me if there was something that you learned. So did I. There was a lot of information in here that I didn't always know about, but you're never done learning. Seriously, guys, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and share the video. Follow us on Twitch. We play Dragon Ball FighterZ together. We have an amazing community. Check out the rest of the videos on my channel. And until next time, come play Dragon Ball with us on Twitch.